hey we na hang, hey we na hang, hey we na oh yeah yeah hey.
Yat Eitine Masaninishle. This is Navajo Grandma. Today is our carding day, and I'm going to just kind of remind you what we've done. We've done the shearing, we've skirted, which is called jitsi, remember? And at this point, let me show you what's happened here. Remember, we had this wool. See how yucky the wool is? That's when it was freshly cut. And then, after I skirted it, it looks totally different. Okay, taking out all, you'll try to take out all the junk, the vegetation and etc. And it just improves it. And then, now that we've washed it, look at the difference. Beautiful. And that was washed with yucca. Wonderful. Okay, now, carding in Navajo basically is called, you know Grandma's notes, is called Hatnil Chad. Hatnil Chad. That is basically carding wool, okay? And the brushes we use this is called Be Hatnil Chad. What we use. Be means with, okay? Kind of with. And so this is Be Hatnil Chad is the carding brushes. All right? So now Grandma's going to go ahead and tell you a little bit about carding, and it's so beautiful right now outside, and the sun is shining, and I'm just basking in it, and I'm so happy. But I just wanted to let you know that carding it was a process of sorting and separating, you know, the different types of wool fibers, and just like we did here, you know, different wool fibers using wooden brushes such as these, the brush. And I wanted to tell you that when you brush, the top brush basically has the teeth and it goes into the wool in one direction, and the bottom also goes a different direction. So these teeth are going towards you and these are going out. And so basically this is, it hooks its teeth going in opposite directions. And carding is a gentle tease. You pull the wool apart. That's called teasing, and you create an evenly distributed layer, with varying fiber lengths, and kind of like eliminating, like, you know, all of the sticks and the grass and anything else. And basically there are two types. One is a very coarse, which is this one that Grandma has, and this is used for mohair and wool fibers. There's also a different one that is used for cotton and angora, and it's really a lighter, finer carding tools. So basically I was going to say the word carding is derived, it's a Latin word. It's called cardus, and it means teasel. Now, I don't know if you know what teasel is. Grandma went and found these. Got some for you. Ouch. And, ooh, I need something. Ow. They're thorny. And this is what, oh, goodness. I didn't have my gloves. I should have had my gloves. But this is the thistle. It's not a thistle, really. It's kind of the thistle family, but it's a dry vegetable. And this is what people in Germany that brought over about the 1700s, before people had the brushes, they used these to brush and to tease the wool to make it a little more fluffy, to help clean it out. And I am going to just put this down because it is painful to hold, so I'm just going to kind of let it loose. But can you see the brushes? This is what was introduced to America, in when the Europeans started coming in the 1700s, and it was a brush that was used to tease the wool. I'm going to let that fall because, ooh, that hurts. But anyways, it was used like a comb, and like I said, in the 1700s. Now, Grandma's going to go ahead and put some of the wool, and this is the clean wool, okay? I'm going to put some of this wool on my brush, and I'm putting it on the bottom, and I'm going to proceed to card. Now this is basically, let me move this here, and I'll put that down here. And my grandmother always used, you know, a Levi. She always had something, and because when you're carding, you're not only brushing the things, but the hair, the wool, but you're also getting rid of all of this. Sometimes you get the dirt and the junk and the excess that you didn't wash out. So, and there's not an amount of time that you brush. You know, you brush your wool. As long as it's being brushed in an evenly fashion and that the wool is being aligned, okay? And so what I want you to see is, do you see how the fibers are lining up? And that's what's like brushing your hair. You don't want snarls in your hair. And basically, this is carding. And there are many different types of carding. So this is the one, this is Grandma's carding. And it's something that we've done over many years, and the Navajo women have done this. Now these are called rolags, okay? And these are basically what you use to spin, and they're just basically in preparation. They're brushed in all the same direction, and they're perfect for spinning. So that is very short. This is a very short lesson on that, and I wanted you to see again basically the different types of wool. This is the before. This is when you did the skirting, and there is a difference, okay? Look at the difference. You don't have all the yuck and the poo. And then after you do that, you wash it. Look at the difference. And Grandma used yucca soap. It was beautiful. So now that's kind of the end of my presentation, and I hope you enjoy this. Now, people are asking me about who makes the carding handles, and this one is made by E.B. Fry and Son Wilton, and they're in New Hampshire. And I've noticed that there's a lot of and usually they have their name, and these people are very well known, and you can actually, you know, go online and ask. No, this is New Hampshire, okay? And there's so many different types of carding brushes that are made, but I really like theirs, and especially for the wool processing. So anyways, that's just to do that. I wanted to be sure that you knew who the maker of these, manufacturer or whatever, of the carding brushes. So not hard to find them, and that's basically it. And thank you so much for the time you give Grandma to watch her videos and learning how to process wool. And so far we've done well. We are going to, like I said, the next step will be spinning, and that's called attiz in Navajo, or Dene language. I keep saying Navajo, forgive me, but it is the Denebazad. And these are called what? These are called these brushes. Let me put this back up here. These, okay, so the carding wool is called Hatnil Chad, okay? And the carding brush is Bay Hatnil Chad. It's like we're using this to card the wool. So we've learned a little few things about where the word carding came from, and these are wonderful processes, and maybe you might have to do this. And this is basic survival. This is how you make your wool, you make your yarn, and you can crochet, you can do whatever you want. You can make rugs, you can even make a blanket. So with that said, it's amazing to look at all these processes. But this is Navajo Grandma signing off. I love you, and hagone.
Hey, na, hey, na, oh, yeah, yeah.